Thank you, Madam Chairman, and thank you for holding this important hearing today. And I also join you in thanking the witnesses to be here to discuss these issues. We've seen as our economy has evolved and information technology has evolved, it has disrupted many industries and business models, everything from the telecom industry to the music industry. So I think today we'll have a little bit of discussion about what that disruption is also going to mean for the electricity industry, and how advanced electrical grid is part of efficiency that will drive savings to consumers and businesses. The grid of tomorrow should offer new opportunities for consumers, savings on their electricity bills, and lower costs for businesses through new technology. These aren't obscure academic or regulatory debates. These things are hitting the streets today. States as diverse as Idaho, Georgia, New Jersey, and California have sped ahead with distributed generation, smart meters, and net metering. And some places around the world, like in South Africa, have skipped the capital-intensive steps of developing centralized grids and just use prepay options so that consumers can benefit from cheap electricity using American technology. Cities in the United States like Spokane, Monterey, Salt Lake, and McAllen, Texas have installed or are considering electric bus designs that include wireless charging stations embedded in roadways. My point is that we can't predict where the technology will take us, but we can invest in efficient electricity grids that make these innovations possible and give consumers more options. Our hearing today is about the savings, no matter what the source of generation, and putting that to use in a smarter way. It doesn't matter if your state relies on hydro, like the state of Washington, or the cost of wind and solar, or the integration with natural gas, or just smart appliances. The grid is being used in new ways to basically drive double-digit savings. The challenges and opportunities we face in upgrading our electricity grid and thinking about the global markets is what the debate of this panel is today. According to 2011 Electrical Power Research Institute report, investments in grid will require $300 to $500 billion of new investment over the next 20 years. Bloomberg New Energy Finance calculated that global smart grid investments alone reached $15 billion in 2013, and Pike Research estimates that global spending on this will reach $34 billion by 2020. I say those numbers because there's an opportunity here for the United States to continue to perfect technology that will then become a global platform. The first job of utilities and power producers and technology vendors in each of our states is to sell and deliver reliable electricity. The federal government is uniquely situated to take the broadest and longest view of that electrical grid as a platform for economic development and diversification, and this broad view enables smart people like the national labs that are here today and programs like ARPA-E to explore solutions that are creative and promising, but will challenge us to how to implement these over the long run. The grid's efficiency, enhancing its resiliency, security, and new technologies are all part of the decisions that we're going to hear from actual regulators today and how they're implementing those. Obviously, some of these solutions are already being pushed in the marketplace and can deliver new efficiencies. So as Chairman Murkowski and I discuss with our colleagues the broader energy policy for Congress, I hope we can find some common ground on continuing the federal investment in grid technologies. It does pay off for consumers and our economy. The Bonneville Power Administration helped lead the way 15 years ago towards a responsible grid by installing the first network of sensors to take wide area measurements of transmission systems. And we'll hear from Dr. Taft today about the Pacific Northwest National Lab, headquartered in Richland, Washington, because the lab has a long history of working hand in hand with industry on pioneering new methods of controlling our rapid changing electrical grid with all sorts of new energy storage, new tools for predicting and integrating the output of variable generation such as wind and solar, and it is also an integral part to the smart grid demonstration project in the country. Great technologies exist like Itron, Schweitzer, Alstrom, all which have roots in Washington State and employ thousands of people. And as our economy grows, it continues to have new sources of distributed generation. So I want to applaud Secretary Moniz and the Department of Energy for convening the Grid Modernization Laboratory Consortium. This will help spread the wealth of the creativity of our national labs through our state, private, and academic partners. And as I said, I will continue to work with the chair as we think about energy policy on how to support the investments in a smarter grid. Thank you.